my dear friends and some colleagues. So I think so far you have heard about the Punjab model, the most advanced state in case of farming in India. Don't be surprised, I am going to take the totally advanced, not advanced, totally the negative scenario of the Indian agriculture in the most backward states of India, the Northeast India. Okay, whatever you so far you have heard from Dr. Nirula, maybe a lot of things may be contradictory to these Northeastern states. Okay. As Madam has introduced during the things, I am associated with a team called India Development Gateway. We are working in a national level portal, India Development Gateway, which provides what is the aggregated package of information in local language for the rural development sectors. Okay. As we are past 2.5 years, we are working with many partners in India in developing content and portal related information. Almost we are accumulated more than 200 plus partners all over India. Today what I am going to speak very briefly is only one specific case study which is associated only with Northeast India, which we are associated only for past 1 year in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, as part of our specific to any agriculture only. This particular project, okay, before coming to the two models what we experimented and our partners organization experimented in Arunachal Pradesh, before coming to that, I want to give a brief introduction about Northeast India. I think many of you know about the scenario. Indians, I think, know about the Northeast Indian conditions. There are 8 states in Northeast India. It has only 2 universities. One state, Assam, has separate agriculture university, Assam Agriculture University. But all other 7 states, there is only one agriculture university which caters the information needs of the farmers. That is the Central Agriculture University situated at Imphal. Okay. Then you might have understand that contrary to the Punjab and the other Maharashtra and almost Maharashtra having 6 agriculture universities like that. So what are the major problems in Northeast India if you see, in particularly in case of agriculture? There is unorganized cultivation of crops. Mostly the terrain situation of this Northeast condition is forced people to go with different kinds of cultivations, mainly unorganized cultivation in the means there should be any regular package of practices they never follow. Mostly it is a zoom cultivation, that means shifting cultivation it is followed, and varied group of tribal communities. Okay, individual, particularly the culture always involves the agriculture impact. The culture of the tribal community has the impact on the agriculture practices also. If there is a production instability is there. There is no proper adequate R&D support. That means there is no proper manpower to support. That means agriculture extension professionals are not available in adequate number to support all these people in the remote areas. I can say that based on my visit earlier to Arunachal Pradesh and few states, I can say that Northeast India is not economically backward. Okay, they are only the poverty. What you can see is knowledge power. Okay, but economically they are. I think they are doing well and properly. As ICT in agriculture is saying, the 3 important things we took as a model in this study. That is content, connectivity, and the farmers' participation, the last mile participation. Without these 3 things properly work, there won't be any agriculture extension systems, it won't work properly. So, I am going to present only the 2 studies which taken by, we are associated with the Central Agriculture University in Imphal to take up this study. The first study is the E-ARIC. ARIC means in Adi tribal language in Arunachal Pradesh, agriculture. Okay, this E-ARIC model, it specifically speaks about how you have to approach the farmers, what way the E-extension methods can be brought from the farmer field level itself. Then followed by this E-ARIC model was started in June 2007. It went up to May 2008, and now with the support of DST, they are continuing the thing also. In one village only they experimented. Okay, it has got a tremendous exposure among the farmers, and lot of positive things have come out of these things. Seeing that and being associated with the same group past 2.5 years, we thought why can't we make it more than agriculture, we can support with other information things, needs, what we developed in already in the India Development Gateway. Those things we also wanted to experiment. With that aim only we got a more project called Model E-Village project, which is extended to 10 centers, 10 representative villages covering the whole district of Arunachal Pradesh. It is East Siang district. Okay, the study area, as I was telling, is totally 100% agriculture based things. A representative village means in Arunachal Pradesh, most of the northeastern states, it will be maximum 55 to 60 households only. Okay, the cultivation practice mostly they will be restricting to 1 or 2 crops only. In Arunachal Pradesh, rice is a major crop in the lower Arunachal part. Apart from that, horticulture crops like Kasi mandarin is a very booming thing. I will come to the scenario actually. Apart from that, bamboo as a wild, they have a lot of bamboo related products. And shifting cultivation, in June cultivation, in seasonal shifting, they do ginger and maize and rotational basis. And whether another important scenario in the northeast what you see is the homestead farming. Every household will have a mini garden. All the vegetable needs and everything they will take care only with that homestead farming only. The ERIC model, what it involves is the backbone of the ERIC model is the farmer facilitator who daily go and visit. They work as a para-professionals in the agriculture. They go and daily meet the farmers, get the information and bring it to the center. And they will conduct a regular consultancy with the agriculture professionals. There are 2 agriculture research fellows also there to support the things. And they will go with a continuous model, like every 15 days cycle, they will visit the same farmer and get the feedback and whether the impact is there, like that the model they follow. And they will also conduct a lot of on-farming trials also in the farmers' field center. If there any major problem, anything is there, immediately they will contact the ERIC center, coordination center at the College of Horticulture and Forestry, Pasighat, and scientists will come and rectify the problems. And the ERIC center has varied activities. That means mostly field visits, diagnosis, digital documentations, lot of publications they brought out, and lot of multimedia shows. Everything is in integrated manner. 70% of the activity of the team is totally in the field only. Only 30%, I can say less than 20% is only in the centers. Okay, only it is need based. The problem in case of agriculture ICT, we can't expect farmers to come regularly. When the season starts, none of the farmers will come for the 6 months. Particularly in Arunachal Pradesh, there is only one season they follow. That is starting from the May into November. That is only one crop of rice. Okay. And for your interesting, you can see that most of the northeastern states, they never take care of much of input products. They never bother about the inputs. So whatever the traditional seeds they have, they will use it. They never bother about putting any inputs or something. So in this particular study, what we understand is forcing the farmers to go with new agricultural practices, new agriculture techniques, it doesn't work. We have to go with their frequency, farmers' frequency. We have to understand their reality, why they are following this traditionally. Then only we can bring out the real interactivity and community participation. This is one of the center. First they set up in the ERIC model one village in Yagrun village near Pasighat, around 45 kilometers from Pasighat. Still it's they are running. This is the center. Coming to the ERIC activities, the main activities was I was telling earlier on-farm agriculture advisory services and awareness meetings, farm advisory publications, and also they try to collect some local weather information also, and they try to put in a local website. That means they developed by phone. They will collect the information daily basis, and they will put it into the notice board of the centers. And apart from that, what they have done, they are facilitating the multi-agency extension services. It's a very interesting thing, I think. Northeast also has a very considerable number of KVKs. All these KVKs, ADMA centers, and all the extension service centers, they come to these centers. They take it as a nodal center, and they will conduct the training programs for the farmers in this particular center. It has become a very common hub point for meeting the people. Coming to the model village, we extended this to whole districts. It means that earlier that one village model was covering 12 villages. This 10 villages covering 132 villages, almost distributed equally to the whole districts of East Siam. Okay. So very happily we have got a support of district commissioner also in this particular initiative. So it is progressing well. This almost we completed 10 months of this study. Almost all the villages we set up the instrument. We are following the ERIC model, particularly for the agriculture related activities. Apart from the ERIC model, we are going with our own content. That means other community oriented services like health information, education related things, other social related information and training also we are providing. As I was telling, in the e-village team, the main backbone of the team is the farmers facilitator, who is regularly meeting the people. He need not be an agriculture graduate. He is an educated guy, little experienced guy in the village. Okay, he will be given a 1 week training in the agriculture college. What are the major things he has to discuss with the farmers and these things. They work as a para-agriculture professionals, because it's very difficult to employ a lot of agriculture professionals to go to the field center. For supporting all these 10 villages, 2 agriculture fellows are working as SRF, senior research fellows, who will regularly, as a weekly basis, they will visit all these 10 villages in rotation basis, and they will support these para-professionals. Okay, these people are the core project things. Apart from that, the e-village center coordinators, apart from the village itself. He is an educated guy, is maybe little knowledge in the IT sectors. He will be coordinating the center. Daily evening, all these farmers facilitators and the research fellows will be having a meeting with the coordinating centers, and they will decide what they have to do further. Like this is a typical model village something. Why I want to show this thing is, Just all the 10 villages what we have put is we have not spent any rental until. Community participation in Northeast is a very, very core important thing you have to notice. Once if you explain the people after making counseling with the things, they will be ready to spend their own money and they will be setting up these type of things. So mobilizing community is a very key factor in these areas. All these villages we personally went and we had a counseling with the village head and also the people there, and we created the awareness why they have to take up an ICT village, what is the importance of everything. It is a very slow process actually. We struggled almost 6 months to convince them only. Then they slowly adopt these practices. Coming to the awareness things, mostly a lot of multimedia content developed as part of India Development Gateway and already available material from the College of Agriculture. We use these people, and so I am not going into the detailed things. Through the INDG portal, we have content in English and Hindi. Though Arunachal Pradesh is typically a tribal language, Hindi is 80% people will understand. But we are attempting now to develop a local dialect Adi. It's a very tedious task. For that, we got a association from NABARD. The university has got a NABARD to develop a content package in kiosk, touchscreen kiosk. There were almost they came and visited all our centers. The existing center. They are happy to provide 10 touchscreen kiosks to all these centers. Within 2-3 months, all the machines are going to come. They are going to set up content-based things. And the computer literacy is the next level we have taken up. It's other booming thing. A lot of people, much interest of people to come to the centers is attracted because of the computer literacy. Mainly school children, youth, village youth, and also school teachers also. We have hosted a portal also, modelevillage.in, wherein we have put the initial information. Now we want to put all this content into this portal for the long-lasting benefit of the Northeast area. The main challenge is creating awareness, e-awareness among the people. Again, in case of information centers, the problem is lack of power. There will be a erratic power supply there, and a frequent connectivity failure. We could able to achieve these villages by connecting with the e-video, the wireless connectivity system provided by BSNL, but that also not supporting 100%. We are managing that things. And many things is particularly in the schemes related things and agriculture things, lack of transparency exists among the state administrative people. They are not ready to come out with what are the subsidy level available. We can't able to tell the farmers this thing. Another problem is whatever we go and tell the farmers, they are thinking, are you from a government? Are you going to give any subsidy? Is it going to be free of cost? That is the first question they will ask. So convincing people and getting them the involvement, why they have to come to an ICT center, what benefit they will get. It took nearly 2 seasons for us. After seeing the real benefit of the real interaction with the field level for functionaries and scientists, now they are realizing there is a potential for learning the things. And another important lesson what we learned is the localized content is a big problem. We have a lot of content, but we don't have the people to convince into the local language. This is the last slide. We worked out some cost benefit ratios also, something how best these things. Just only 2 models we took. What the direct cost saving of agri services. 200 farmers sample we took in the last season, and also cost saving for the computer training. Normally a village is located only 15 to 20 kilometers from the main district headquarters. For any course something, they have to depend on an auto or any local transport, which is a very costly affair in Northeast. Any bus transport also. Every day if he has to go and get an advisory minimum, he has to spend 100 to 150 rupees for his transport cost only. And many people won't be interested to go also. When he gets the things in the doorstep, based on that we adopted this thing. Nearly 2,40,000 worth benefit, monetary worth benefit can get in the farmers in a 2-month period. And apart from that, cost saving in computer training is a very interesting thing. Why? Because all the school children are compulsorily every day after 2 o'clock they are coming to our centers, they are learning things. And minimum 5,000 rupees they have to pay for a 3 months course in the Pasighat or anything. Here at present we are giving free of cost. They are ready to pay 300 rupees for 3 months further. That will be a big sustainable model for us. I am not going to take this. This is a model what we are studying. This is 1 year we completed. Another 1 year we are going to work with a lot of sustainable model. We are going to think, and in this regard, we want to discuss with even CSC people also. In the Terra people we called already. In the September 9 to 11 we have a on-field workshop at the National Level Seminar. We have called all the nearest CSC, all the ACS also to come and visit that model. That's all about this e-agriculture scenario in Arunachal Pradesh.